I'm 8 weeks in. I've posted over 60 videos so far, and I have 57 subscribers. And for the first time, I'm honestly questioning whether I'm built for this. I can spend 7 hours in a long video and only 24 people see it, which is kind of some of my videos. So far I've had actually over 90,000 views on my shorts, which is good. But on the long videos, which are the ones that I think about more carefully, I script, I take my time, they get 20 views, 30 views if I'm lucky, and that really messes with your head. And the confusing part is that some things are actually working. If I look at my shorts, they get pretty much 1,000 to 1,400 views pretty consistently. I've even had one that had 21,000 views, which actually sounds pretty good. But then I look more deeply at the numbers themselves because I'm a numbers geek. There's two different numbers we always look at. There's what's called average view duration. So when I look at that, mine's about 100%. So when people actually stay to watch, they watch the whole video. And then there's another metric called stay to watch rate. I tend to hover around 30–35%, which means 65 to 70% of people scroll away in the first couple of seconds. And so that messes with my head, that I'm constantly thinking of hooks and how can I be a dancing monkey with explosions in the background to get people to stay to watch. But that's not the videos I want. I appreciate the people who stay and watch the rest of the meeting for it, but I keep getting stuck on those first couple of seconds to get people to stay. The other battle that just constantly in my brain is funny Chris versus sentimental and nostalgic Chris. And I find for a lot of my shorts that funny Chris wins out. People like funny Chris. Funny Chris gets lots of views and people comment and it seems to do well. But nostalgic, serious, introspective Chris doesn't do so well. So it's constantly that battle of funny versus more serious, and I think because I have a foot in both worlds, that it's a challenge for people like you to know, like, hey, who am I getting today? The jokester or the serious dad? And I'm really hoping to be both. I love both. I love kind of being funny, introspective, and what I'm hoping to put out kind of resonates with dads and midlifers and Gen Xers and everybody else. So I think I'll need to straddle both sides, but I don't know, you tell me. Something else I didn't actually think would be a thing for me is how addictive it is looking at the metrics. So you can actually log into the YouTube app and it tells you all about all your numbers and metrics. And it's like an addictive drug. You're constantly going in and you post a video and 5 minutes later you're like swipe and refresh and constantly looking at the numbers and how they're changing and going up and down. And I find I live and die by the numbers, even though they change so much, but it's something that I need to learn to not focus on as much because it can just take over your life. And then there's the long form videos. So far I've put out 7 videos, but some haven't cracked 30 views, and that's when the doubt really creeps in. It's like, am I really meant for YouTube? Am I too old, too late? Should I be trying something new or differently? Am I trying to build something in a space that rewards 23-year-olds with perfect lighting and indefinite energy? And I look at my long videos and I wonder, is it the video or the thumbnails? And then you get obsessed with building thumbnails, and I switch the titles every couple of days. Doesn't seem to make a difference, and it's not that the content is bad, or maybe it is, but it's more the thumbnails themselves. And then there's the other voice, the one that says, Chris, you're doing this because you said you wanted a midlife reset and you wanted to push yourself into something new. That you're doing it because after your 10-hour corporate job, this actually energizes you. And that part's completely true. I don't actually feel drained when I'm filming, when I'm being creative, when I'm designing things. That's actually a lot of fun, but I do feel nervous and exposed. Alive, but exposed. There's no guarantee that actually this ever becomes anything. There's no timeline. And not a promise that my 57 subs becomes 570 or 5,700. And then asking that just makes me uncomfortable. Am I willing to do this if everything stays small? Am I willing to just keep making videos if nobody watches? So then I ask the question, do I need someone to validate this? If it's just me talking to the camera and talking to you, is that enough? And I think the honest answer is, I really don't know, but I wanna find out, because I don't wanna be the guy who quits at 57 subscribers. I also just don't want to build something fake and it's not me just to chase the numbers. I really don't want to become some louder, more exaggerated version of myself. So maybe the real question isn't, am I built for YouTube? Maybe it's just, am I built for the uncertainty of not knowing where this goes? Am I built to be a beginner again and start from scratch? At 50, publicly, in front of all you. I don't know if I'm built for this, but what I do know is this. I'm still making videos, I'm still thinking about hooks, I'm still hating thumbnails, but I'm still filming on Sundays, editing most nights, and I haven't quit. So maybe being built for this isn't about talent or about results. Maybe it's just about me staying, about me being consistent as best I can. So I have 57 subs, 60 videos, and I'm still sitting here thinking of what I'm going to record for my next video. Maybe the algorithm thinks I'm just a shorts guy, but I'm trying to actually build something deeper than that, something honest. If you want real conversations about midlife, the good, the heavy, the funny, the ordinary, subscribe. Let's see what happens if we actually stick around.